What were the best national finals of the 2025 season? Today, we're going to go through your votes, my votes for the best 5 and the worst 5 national finals in 4 different categories. Let's kiki. Hi, my name is Tom. I'm an Irish Eurovision analyst, and you can find all of this stuff on my Eurovision channel. So thank you to everybody who took the time to complete these polls on eurovisionvote.party. Just a quick reminder, I've got my semi-final 1 analysis video coming up. I'm also going to do the first part of my Q&A answers. Make sure you subscribe so you're more likely to see those videos when they pop up. Oh, some nice popping peas there. First category was best national final format. So the prompt I gave for this was, which national final had the best format, the amount of songs, the size and organization of semi-finals and finals, the jury televote split, voting sequences, super finals, is the format of all shows fair and exciting? So pretty much every single national final has a different format. I think Poland and Norway are pretty similar. So they're probably the 2 closest, but there's a huge variety in the different types of national finals that we have, which we'll talk about as we reveal the results. The way we're going to do this is I'm going to reveal your top 5, then I'm going to tell you my top 5, and we're going to do that for all 4 categories to find out what is the national final champion of the 2025 season. 26 contestants in total, kind of like the Eurovision final. This is the one contest that you can definitely get into the final 4. Okay, so for community votes, your 5th place was Belgium, Eurosong. I don't think the other Irish Eurosong is going to make this list with 737 points. So the format of this, there were 8 songs. They were revealed in 2 showcases, I believe, wasn't it? There was 4 songs and 4 songs released. I'm not mad about that as a reactor. I prefer them all released at one time, but most people voting aren't reactors. So yeah, I think 8's a nice number for Belgium as well. And it's kind of special. I don't think there's that many national finals right now that have 8. UMK has its special 7. San Marino has its special 1 million. Belgium has 8 right now. It's easier to appreciate all the songs. Luxembourg have 8 as well, actually. And then in the final, they had a jury and televote 50-50 split, but the televote was done as a percentage what they received. So if you receive 50% of the televote, you got 50% of the points. So that's similar to Poland and Norway. So this seems to be a pretty popular format. Eurosong is done by VRT, which is the Flemish broadcaster. So I'm assuming we're not going to get it next year because we're going back to the French broadcaster from Wallonia. They don't traditionally do the national final. It tends to be more VRT who do it. I'd like to see a little bit more continuity in Eurosong because you can build up a little bit more of a reputation then, get a little bit more prestige behind the contest. I think when it's every 2 years, and then sometimes they skip a year as well, the songwriters in Belgium don't know that they're definitely going to have a national final to write into. That lack of stability is going to be a bit off-putting for them. But you guys really liked it. Belgium came number 5. Your 4th favorite national final with 745 points was MGP from Norway, which had a big change this year. It used to have semi-finals and then final. NRK, the Norwegian broadcaster, have had to reduce their budget. So they just had a final this year. And I agree. I think if this had had the semi-finals, I think it probably would have been ranked lower because the semi-finals sometimes can be a bit messy. I love the semi-finals because I love getting more Norwegian songs, but they haven't found a good way of eliminating people. This thing where they bring the camera around and go, you're eliminated, go away. You're eliminated, go away. You're into the final. It's just a bit I find that a little bit disrespectful to the artists who put so much work in. I think the absence of that this year, for other reasons, we just had a final. It was very well produced. Yeah, just the whole thing flows. The show's very easy to watch. 10 songs in the final. Unfortunately, 1 artist had to pull out. I think it was because of the California wildfires. So only 9 artists in the final. Same thing as Belgium, proportionate televote, and then jury as well. People seem to really like this format. Hopefully, though, we get the semi-finals back in MGP next year. It might be a budget issue, though. Let's stick on that topic. There's something in common with 3rd place, 792 points, is Poland. This national final, Wielki Final Polskich Kwalifikacji. I definitely think they need to come up with a buzzier name, kind of build the branding of the contest. The name seems to change a lot as well. Before it was like, we choose hits for your Eurovision or something. I'd love them to just pick like a name that they just have every year. So it starts to get a little bit more brand recognition. Similar format to Belgium and Norway, just a final, no semi-finals, 10 songs. Belgium was 8, Norway was 9. You guys love that extra song. One thing I'll say about this is I didn't like how the songs weren't released all at the same time. Instead of it, we kind of got drip-fed the songs a little bit. Felt a tiny bit disorganized, but this is one of the big grower national finals this year. TVP, the Polish broadcaster, had a huge revamp. Last year, it was all kind of last minute. They had to internally select Luna. This year, they had more time to organize really one of the most surprising and excellently run national finals this year. So I think a lot of people are super excited for Poland and what could happen if they keep that up. Let's get a brand for the contest, though. That's like easier for non-Polish people to say. I think it is important to tap into your non-Polish audience, because the more people you have watching, then people who enter the contest are going to get more streams, and it makes it more appealing to enter because they're getting more exposure and more income from their music. Okay, the second best national final format, according to you guys, with 986 points, was Sweden Melody Festival. Very distinct format. They have 5 heats. 2 people qualify into the final from the heats, but this is based off of kind of like a demoscopic televoting. I suppose it's a mix of a demoscopic jury and a televoting, where we have these age groups. People can vote in on the app. Their votes go into their age group, and then points are given out from 12 to 1. Totally unique system. This is the only country that's doing this right now. And the reason for that is Melody Festival is more than just the way to choose a song for Eurovision. The rating figures are actually better for Melfest than they are for Eurovision. And that's why the Mamas weren't automatically chosen in 2021, because then that wouldn't mean cancelling the 2021 Melfest show. And it's like, well, Melfest is more important than Eurovision. So they want this to have like a huge family appeal. They want everyone to be involved. They want the winner to be liked by as many age groups as possible. And that's why they have this system. Yeah, I think they've got a great system, and it's very much tailored to their culture, their music scene, what works for the Swedish viewing population. I think it definitely favors safer entries as opposed to niche stuff that really appeals to just one generation. But I like that they've really put a lot of thought and customization into what works for their countries and keeps the viewing figures high. And all these artists want to come back because they get so much exposure and good results in the charts, which means that the number one, your favorite format for a national final 2025 with 1,547 points, it is UMK from Finland. Amazing format. 7 songs, each with their own music video, which seems to have these conditions that it has to be filmed in one room or something. It does look like there are limitations. You can't make it too expensive. Everyone gets their own song release day, which is so exciting. And then the actual show, they present these incredible performances that are just all Eurovision ready. That we had 1 disqualification this year, so there are only 6 in the final, but all 6 songs looked ready to be on the Eurovision stage. They had clear concepts, really, really professional looking. Having this smaller national final just means they can put more attention into each person, as opposed to if they have 30 people and they just don't have the resources to come up with that many ideas. We also have an interesting split here. We've got 25% jury, 75% televote. So Finnish people can see, okay, how could this song do with the jury? This 7 songs is so synonymous with UMK. They are the 7-song national final. It's such a like clever, small branding identity thing that people know for that number. I want someone to pick like a national final that always, Viper is actually the same as well now. They're starting to get a reputation for having 11 each year. I think each national final should have its like magic number that they stick to. Ireland always has 6, which I don't like. I actually want that number to be bigger. Someone take 9. Someone take 9 as their new number. Brilliant national final from Finland. Let's have a look at my top 5. I have almost the same. I have Finland, Sweden, and Poland also in the top 3. I have a different number 4, and that is Spain. I really, really like the format in Benidorm Fest. 2 semi-finals of 8 songs and 8 songs. This year they got rid of the demoscopic jury, didn't they? So it was just televote and jury. 4 songs go through, and it was better this year because they weren't revealed who was first, second, third, and fourth. So there was a little bit more mystery about how people had done. I love the 8-song final. It feels like the right amount. I still wish that the jury was a bit more protected so they could be a bit more independent and less biased by the audience. But I really like this format. I like that the songs are released all at the same time. We just get the audio with some really, really cool graphics. Yeah, I really enjoy the format of Benidorm Fest. And then that means that my 5th place was your 4th place, which was Norway. I do hope we get the semi-finals back in Norway, though. That was more of a budget thing. Let's go to the world. Now, there's a difference here because my ones, I'm ranking them my bottom 5. With you, you weren't ranking your bottom 5. These were just the 5 that got the least amount of points. So kind of different. These are the least loved by you. Mine are my least 5 favorite. I don't think anyone's going to lose sleep because of that. So I'm just going to say worst as shorthand, but you know what I mean. So in the community, in 22nd place with only 54 points out of 26 was Lithuania. Yeah, it's just so long. There's just so many people competing, which I get. It's good that it gives an avenue for young artists to come and compete. But as a watcher, it's just such a slog. So I usually just cover the 2 qualifiers from each semi-final. At the heat, I think there were 5 heats, and then they actually brought in 2 wildcards because they were having trouble selling tickets, and there's a little bit of uproar because the format here is jury and televote, and the points are not proportional. So if you win the televote, you get 12 points, even if you win with 1 billion televotes. It's a format that some of the Eastern European countries in Eurovision use, which I'm not a huge fan of because it gives the jury so much power to drag someone down. If the jury only give you 0 points or 1 point, you're basically out. Even if you get 1 billion votes, literally 1 billion televotes, you still won't make it through to the final. It just gives the jury way too much power to just eliminate people, no matter what the public like. So I would like to see that change. Viper uses a similar method. Germany's national final did that last year as well. Serbia also uses this method as well. I think people probably not liking that, plus how gigantic this is. Okay, in 23rd place with 53 points was Slovenia, Emma. I can't even remember how many songs there were. This was just so messy this year. The songs were released. Were they released? Or it was really late or something? Or I remember I couldn't do a reaction video because it was just so last minute. 12 songs, I think. But they have this crazy system where the jury eliminate all but 2. So you have to watch all of these people perform. The jury kills like 5, 6 of them. 10 of them are eliminated and you're only left with 2. And then the public get to vote. It is so surreal. Why did you make us watch that? Just do your internal selections behind the scenes. It's just really weird to show these people. It's like going into a shop and then they show you 12 products and then they throw 10 of them into the fire and like, actually, you can only buy these 2. It's like, well, then why did you show me 12 of them then? So strange. I suppose it does still give these people a little bit of a platform, but it's just so weird to give them a platform and then not have them the chance to be voted on. I'm surprised that this actually got 53 points. Okay, next up, the 24th ranked national final with 45 points was Armenia, Debri Avratisil. I think people have ranked this down low because of how messy it was. Everything was really so late. They said, we're not releasing the songs. And then like a day later, like, we're releasing the songs. It just seems so panicked and disorganized and frantic. I think the format in the actual final was fine. I think they had a jury, a demoscopic jury and a televote. It was kind of hard to say. I had no idea what was going on to the final. I think most of us were just finding out how the system worked as it went along. I think it was mostly the chaos for me, how this was done. Just so messy, so disorganized, changing their mind from day to day. Yeah, not a good look. Hopefully, if Debri Avratisil does come back next year, it's just a little bit more organized. 25th place out of 26. The second worst national final was Germany with only 41 points. Yeah, they just made this up as they went along. This was just total chaos. Just pulling the format out of their ass, out of thin air, out of Stefan Raab's ass every single week. Just crazy. And it's really hard when they're doing that to not feel that it's a little bit rigged because they're just making things up as they go along. And they're like, okay, well, does that suit that person or this person? Are they one of your favorites then? We went through that whole format and then we only got to vote when there were 5 songs left. So kind of like a bigger version of Slovenia's system. More drawn out, more long, more time wasting before you finally got to the point where you could actually vote on which ones that you like. Really strange, really messy. I hope that Stefan Raab is not involved next year because I think his ego is just too big. I like the idea of having like a mentor in, but I think he's just got way too much power. It feels like a king-making show. I don't like it. He said that he would disappear if Germany didn't win, and Germany didn't win. So when is he going to disappear? I don't know. Like, do something from behind the scenes, but definitely if he's coming back, he needs to just dial his ego down 500%. Which means that the least amount of votes, which technically we can say makes it the worst national final, is San Marino. You only gave this 35 points to the San Marino Song Contest. Yeah, just like a gigantic... There's some people who work really hard and love this, watching all the heats, but it's just like this gigantic phone book of people who are showing up from all around Europe. I don't do anything with this. I just can't. It's too much work. I don't want to deal with the copyright. It's just too immense. I don't know. Is it a money laundering scheme? I don't know why it's so big. I think you have to pay an application fee. So maybe they're just like getting in the money, taking advantage of starry-eyed artists all around Europe. But that was your lowest ranked. Let's go to my lowest ranked. We had the same 5, but in a different order. I'm going to go through these ones quickly. First, Lithuania, for me, too big. Just too many songs. I like that it gives an opportunity for up-and-coming Lithuanian artists. But I also think when you've got so many people, it just dilutes the showdown and just makes it too boring and not entertaining to watch. So then those people get less of a platform. because less people are watching because it's so dull. I just think they need to edit a little bit, make it a little bit smaller, easier to consume, and then the quality is going to go up. You're going to have less opportunities for new people, but more people will watch. I think that a little bit of editing could help Lithuania. Secondly, Armenia, this craziness with the songs, not releasing them and then saying we are releasing them the next day, just way too last minute. I would have loved to have done a proper reaction to video to these songs, but it was so messy, I got kind of pissed off. I was like, no, if you're that disorganized, I've got plans, I've got like a video schedule, screw you. I was unhappy about that at all. I think something happened behind the scenes that was unplanned. My third last, Chef Saka, pulling the show out of his ass. Way too much power. I don't think Dad already ranted about this. My second to last was San Marino. Way too many songs. I think it's a money laundering scheme. Someone please tell me why is the reason why every single person in Europe is allowed to enter. Maybe I should enter so I can say I've officially been in a national final and I can find out behind the scenes what's going on. Maybe I could do like a secret expose. My last place is Slovenia. What a farce. What is the point in having all these songs and then the jury eliminate all but two of them? So weird. Now, lots of other countries do this because, like I said, in Serbia and Germany, Vidber, Ukraine, if the jury gives 0 points, they are kind of eliminating songs. Like it's pretty much impossible. We saw it in Festival de Kansai this year. Henke got 0 in the final. So she was basically impossible for her to win, even though she won the televote. So other national finals do it. Sometimes the way the points lie, there's only 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 countries who are entries who are eligible to win. In Slovenia, it's 2. It's just way too little. Straight into a super final where you're given 2 choices. Insane. Throw it in the bin. Get a new national final format, please. I can't believe I got 53 points. Maybe people like the drama of super final. We don't get that many super finals anymore. Okay, let's go to category 2, and that is best national final overall song quality. Which national final had the strongest songs? You're voting for the song quality of the best songs in the national final, not just the winner. This is not just about who won the show, it's all of the songs. You can also consider song diversity and representation. Let's go to your top 5. In 5th place, with 694 points, is San Remo. Let's get this out of the way as soon as possible. San Remo is on national final. I know that it's not. It is a diverse, historical, cultural festival that's been going on for decades. It was the precursor to Eurovision. It is not a national final, but I'm inviting it as a guest into this video. It is a guest national final. It's not a national final. We're still going to get comments down below how ignorant we are that we don't know that it is not a national final. But yeah, really nice to see that people really enjoyed San Remo. I wasn't as big a fan this year. I usually get like 4 or 5 downloads from San Remo. This year I got 1. Lucio Corsi. Not a super strong year for me. Really happy to see that lots of people loved San Remo this year. In your 4th place with 704 points was Vidber. I was really surprised. This had such a frosty reception on Twitter, but obviously Twitter is just one part of the community and the rest of the community really liked it. So really, really happy to see. Again, very similar to Lithuania, that there is this thing, people talking about it being like a new music, emerging artists. Yeah, I didn't massively resonate with the songs this year, but I'm really happy to see that people are. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Vidber is going to have next year. Incredible as well to be able to hold a national final when you are currently being bombarded by an aggressor. So the fact that they hold such a slick looking professional show. Was this year in a bunker? I know one year it was in a metro. I think it's been in bunker most years as well. 10 songs with this new wildcard thing coming in, which again really feeds into this is new developing music, letting people choose the 11th contestant. Vidber definitely has a unique sound, a huge variety of music. I think they really is representative of so many different music scenes. So definitely something that other countries could take note of, because a lot of national finals, it's just pure pop. Ukraine, we get a mix of so many different music styles, and that's what makes it super unique. Even though I wasn't a huge fan of the songs this year, I still think it sounded totally diverse and fresh compared to other ones. So really happy to see that you put them into your 4th place. In 3rd place, we have Portugal with 776 points. Yeah, there were some really great songs here. Josh, Henka, Napa, who were the winners with Deslocado, Diana Villarino with Cotavia, Fernando Daniel giving some pop as well. This was a good festival to Kansai, and that's why Portugal went as high as 5th in the odds when the songs were released. And then I think that was largely betting on Henka or Josh as like a double whammy package. Neither of them won, and then Portugal ended up, I think they were last in the winning odds. So it was quite a big plummet from 5th down to 37th. But really, really happy to see how much you guys love this song. So I was not expecting this to be 3rd place. This was your number 3. Okay, 2nd placed for the best national final songs this year with 828 points was Supernova. One of our earliest national finals of the season. So much variety. We had some beautiful Lithuanian songs from Tepat, Cobra singing Zelts. We had City Zieni with Ramtai, big energetic Latvian song. We had Amelia with Heartbeat giving us some Danish pop. The Ludwig giving us some ethnic feel. And of course Tatu Meitas giving us ethnic as well. Synergia giving us some Celtic mystery. Marcus Riva giving us some boy pop. So much variety. Really, really good quality. What a wonderful surprise this was. I hope that we're going to get something as good next year. Why shouldn't we? So much talent. Last year's Supernova was really, really fun as well. I'm still waiting for Vestules to come back from 2024. So yeah, wonderful variety, wonderful quality, such a unique sound. Very, very little generic stuff here. And actually, the generic stuff kind of popped because there was so much wonderful diversity that actually having a more standard pop song actually sounded like really, really unique. Whereas in other national finals, we just get that non-stop. So happy that this translated into a second qualification in a row and coming second in the televote in semi-final number 2. Some people might say they won semi-final number 2. Really, really, really happy for Supernova. Let's keep up this beautiful momentum, which means that your number 1 national final for songs this year was UMK. 7 songs. We had a lot of female artists this year, but we had pretty good variety. Obviously, we had a little bit of a retro with Ikukoma. We had Goldilocks giving us some indie. Nereva giving us In the Club. Nelly Matola giving us a bit of a synthy 80s feel. One Morning Left, who were disqualified, giving us Puppy. Metalcore. And then Viviana giving us a pop out. It's a beautiful variety. Really, really, really high quality. UMK is just so exciting. UMK is the Christmas of January. I think it's later next year. I think it's going to be at the end of February. Does that mean we're getting the songs later? I don't know. Amazing songs from UMK. They were your winners of Best National Final Songs. Let's go to my 5. My top 2 are the same. I also had Finland first and Latvia second. My 3rd place is different though. I had Sweden. I really enjoyed Melfest this year. Look, if you look at the average quality, it's normal because there's a lot of filler. But if you just take out the best songs, Maluprit's 24 Karat Gold, Nomi Tales, one of my favorite pop songs of this entire season so far, Barabada Bastu. I actually didn't download one's Zemlov Revolution, so that isn't actually on my list. And then Hush Hush by Myra Omar. So if you take all 30 songs in Melfest, yeah, we'll put this down. But if you just take the best ones, I thought this was a really, really, really good year. One of the things I love from Sweden is they give us this really well-produced electronic pop. That's what I love when they do. And we get a lot of horrible lyrics. Those 4 songs I just mentioned, I think had really, really fun lyrics and stood out. And also melodically were really strong. Wonderful production. I really enjoyed those songs from Melfest this year. My 4th place, and I was kind of sad to see this didn't make your list. I think it was 6th in your list, was it? No, it was really low down. Okay, you need to go back and listen to this because this actually was a really good national final. It's Festival of Kungas. There were loads of good songs in Festival of Kungas 63. Obviously, Shakota Elektronika, wonderful. And Carnival, also a wonderful song as well. One of my favorite ballads of this entire season is Lorenz Hasrama Frime, which I believe means breathe. I think it was a song about his mother who was very, very ill. One of the most incredible vocals of the whole season. I love that as well. Alice Megul, which I think came second in the jury. That was wonderful. Mal Antihero was kind of okay. Ipare was very popular as well. Arda Tsuni Amane, who I believe used to work with the Albanian delegation. And then he performed it as well. And then he got in a couple of spats with the community. So many good songs at Festival Goes. The problem is that there's just so much crap as well. And the whole show gets diluted down. So if you just filter out the good stuff, I thought this was really, really good. I was even tempted to put it 3rd, but I just listened to the Melfest songs a little bit more. So I was a little bit sad that didn't make it. Okay, my 5th place for Best National Final Songs is Ireland. I really liked this year. I thought the song quality was better. There were 6 songs. I thought all of them were kind of interesting. I think I got 4 or 5 downloads from this. So I felt a tiny bit more diversity as well. I actually thought that this was a really, really strong, one of the strongest national Euro songs that I've ever covered. I think that aspect of it was really, really good. Okay, let's go to the 5 bottom ranked ones. With only 45 points in 22nd was Slovenia. I can't really think of that many iconic songs. I didn't get any downloads from Slovenia this year. In 23rd place with 32 points is San Marino again. I'm sure there's some gems in there somewhere. I just don't have the energy to troll through hundreds, thousands of songs. I don't know how many songs there are. In 24th place with 22 points, Armenia, Depi Avretasil. I didn't download any songs from this. I think the one I'd be closest to downloading will be Simon. I thought that was the song that I thought was the best. I didn't download Survivor. I do have it in my head sometimes though, actually, from Parg. But yeah, generally, I thought this was kind of weak. In 25th place, with 20 points, was Smthngnw. In case you saw my Smthngnw video this year, I was very grumpy during it because I thought I had one more week to film it. Looked at the Eurovision World schedule and realized it was happening the next day, so I had to get out of bed after going to bed, film it, edit it and put it up. So I ended up having to pull like pretty much an all-nighter. I was so grumpy. I did the songs in alphabetical order as well. So the first 9 songs were terrible, and then I got down to Vibe, who saved me at the end. Yeah, this was a really low quality Smthngnw. I only downloaded Vibe, nobody else. I'm hoping it was just a bad year and they still managed to get away with a good entry in the end and we get something better next year. And that means that last place, my God, with only 6 points, the least amount of love, song with the worst national final songs is Denmark, DMGP. Yeah, just no variety at all. Super bland, safe pop, not even Danish. We didn't even get a word of Danish this year. So boring. DMGP needs a huge review. I'm not going around here. They qualified, which I was happy about. They didn't get a great result in the semi-final. It doesn't matter. They did qualify. They need to grow from this. So stop putting yourself into the crappiest situation ever by having the dullest mix of songs. They need to reach out to other music scenes and get some variety in there because it's just so repetitive and predictable and just total lack of imagination and creativity. Let's stay on that. Let's go to my bottom 5. And actually, I didn't put Denmark last. I put them 22nd. 23rd, I've actually got to say Norway because other than Kyle Leiter, I was not interested in any of the songs this year, which for me was crazy because MGP, or it's been in my top 3 for the last 4 years. So this was a real disappointment for me this year. I'm hoping that something went wrong or it's just because Stig Karlsson was leaving. I don't know what the hell happened, but this was just a hot mess. 24th place, Serbia, PZE. So many songs, just way too many. I've been loving PZE in recent years and I got nothing this year. I have 1 download and it's not what you think, it's Bieber. That's my favorite song. I didn't like anything. I thought there was like interesting variety, which is why I'm not putting it last, but there's just way too much filler, way too much crap. I could have easily cut 10 songs out of this like that and I would not have lost a single minute of sleep. So the show's too big. They made it bigger this year. Last year it was 28. This year it was 30, which made me think it was going to be a really good quality. And then, like, I'm not saying it was bad quality. There's just a real lack of like wow songs that I actually wanted to download and listen to. So I was really disappointed in PZ this year. My second last was Iceland, which you know because if you saw my video. And then I put last place, I put Slovenia because I just have no interest in any of those songs at all. At least Iceland had Vibe. I haven't downloaded a single song from Slovenia. I don't like that they've gone back to the national final. I wish that they'd stayed with internal selection. I thought it was much better for them. And we had Raven and we got Joker Out, which are 2 of my most iconic Slovenian entries, go into this like stupid golden final. Yeah, just a mess. I hope Emma is better next year. Let's go to the third category, and that is Best National Final Show Quality. So this is the production of the show, how easy it is to watch, how good was the staging, lighting, costumes, dancers, graphics, and presenters, how many songs per hour of show, how entertaining is it regardless of the songs. So don't care about the format, don't care about the songs. This is just about the production, because some shows are really good at producing and some shows are not. Let's go to your top 5. 5th place was Poland, 508 points. Really flowed this year. It felt really choppy. We got into the songs quickly. They were followed at a really good pace. The production looked really good. The graphics were fine. Yeah, really great show. Your 4th place with 538 points is Spain. I love the graphics in Spain. So beautiful. Very easy to watch. Even if you don't speak Spanish, we're in quickly. I think that they've got an English commentary. Not much hanging around. You get these postcards which are kind of long, but they've still got nice graphics on. I think it's such an easy show to watch. It's really noticeable some of the national finals which are easy to watch and some of them which just feel like work. It feels like a job. It's just such a slog. We'll get to those with the 5 worst ones. 3rd place was Norway, 606 points. MGP, yeah, even though the songs I didn't like this year, it still was so easy to watch. It just flowed so well. The voting sequence was exciting. Songs looked great on stage. Didn't have that much money, so they decided to funnel it into the final and it looked really good. The Nordics know how to make an entertaining show that people want to watch. They don't put all these stupid long things that just drag the show out way too long. And then it just feels like only hardcore fans are left watching or people switch onto a different screen. It's crazy to me how many national finals don't get that they're an entertainment show and make it into this slog of a chess match. Second place with 1,282 points, so a huge jump up, was Sweden. Yeah, the production in Sweden is wonderful. Great staging. I don't think the choreography is very good, but everything's very well produced. The lighting, the camera cuts, it all looks really, really super slick. Good scoreboards. The interval acts are fine. The presenters are usually pretty good. I think there's very few people who can deny, even if you don't like Melfest, you can't deny it. It's a well put together show, which means in first place with 1,381 points, take a guess, it's UMK in Finland. Amazing. The way that the music videos are produced, the way that the songs are released, the presenters, they have English commentary. The graphics are iconic. They have an iconic shape, an iconic font. The show's well produced. The staging for everyone was really, really good. Just everything. This is the benchmark for national finals, in my opinion. Okay, let's go to my top 5. Let's start from the bottom. We did have a similar top 5. My 5 was Norway. Great when you don't like the songs, but it's still very easy to watch the show. That is a great sign of good production. Poland, so good. What a glow up. I really hope they can continue this, because if they do, this is going to become one of the iconic national finals. Just a bit more branding with the name, but the show flowed. So easy to watch. Really, really exciting. Sweden, great production. I've been to Melody Festival, seeing it. It is such a huge operation. It's super professional. Second place, you're going to be gooped. It's Finland. I have a different number 1 from you. Yeah, incredible show. But for me, number 1 is I love the production on Benidorm Fest. I love the graphics. I love the postcards. I love the presenters. There's a little bit of advantage here because I do understand enough Spanish that I understand what's happening in the show, but just everything, it just feels so entertaining from start to finish. It's so easy to watch. I look forward to it. Some of the national finals just feel like so gruesome to watch, and I don't. I really enjoy sitting down. I watch both semi-finals and the final. So entertaining. More national finals need to be entertaining. I can't believe I need to say that. I thought people on TV knew that. Now let's go to the ones that had the least amount of points. With 66 points in terms of show production and quality was Slovenia. A little bit surprised, actually. I didn't actually watch all the Emma, but everything I saw looked pretty cool. They had this like diamond stage and the production looked pretty good and the staging looked good. But yeah, this wasn't people voting. This was just a lack of votes. This wasn't people saying it was bad. In 23rd place was Serbia. They've made this interesting sacrifice where they've got this studio that's kind of small. They've gutted out all the seats, so it's just a stage. So the artists are performing to a wall, and then they put in canned applause to make it seem like there's an audience there. So interesting. I think they actually do a pretty good job considering the limitations that they have. Ireland has similar limitations, but we haven't come up with anything. In 24th place with 46 points was Montenegro. It was so long ago, I can't really remember. I thought it was fine. 25th place with 33 points is San Marino. They don't have much of a budget, so yeah, it's kind of just on a regular stage, isn't it? And that means that last place with 13 points is Armenia. Huge sound mixing problems this year. Everyone sounded kind of off, and yeah, there was lots of fake noise and stuff. The presenters were pretty good from what I remember, and the graphics are okay, but yeah, I think people have not given this points because the sound mixing was so bad. Let's go to my bottom 5. And you might be surprised about this one, but my 22nd is Latvia. I just find it so hard to know what's going on. Every time I tune into it and the results, I'm like, I have no idea what's happening. They have loads of people on stage and they're calling out names. I'm like, did this person come 4th or 5th or 6th? I don't know. There's no graphics telling me what's happened. It's really, really confusing. I know that sounds like a small nitpicky thing, but it's kind of important. Like when you're at the end of the show and you're like, I have no idea what's going on. Denmark used to have similar problems as well, where it's like, I have no idea what's happening. 23rd Armenia, for similar reasons, the sound was really, really bad. 24th Greece, oh my God. This took an hour to start. I was live streaming this and it was a nightmare. I had to sit there for an hour waiting for the first effing song. Montenegro, I think, had the same problem. I arrived in late to Monty's song, so I missed it. But I think that's why you guys ranked Montenegro low. 1 hour of my life wasted. Just tell me when the show is actually starting and I'll tune in then. There should be more than 10 minutes before the first song is played. That should be a law. For me, 25th, San Marino. So yeah, they didn't have that much money. And I can't believe that this got away with not being last. For me, this is dead last. Ireland is by far the worst produced show, in my opinion. The only national final that has to piggyback on a TV show. The stage is a step. It's not even a proper stage. All of the staging just looks so cheap. It's just, and the dancing isn't high quality. The choreography is really bad. Everything about this is just so amateur. I feel like this portrays Irish production as just TV production. It's just being really, really weak compared to everybody else. You know, I thought the songs were good this year, but that's not production quality. That is the songs. Really messy. I feel like we need a creative team to come in and work with the artists. Because I think what happens now is they're given a lump sum of money and they're like, okay, come back in a couple of weeks for rehearsals. We need a creative team to come in and work with these artists, not establish and don't have big teams behind them, instead of making them go home and be creative directors when they're not able to be. This for me is by far the worst production. I think this is one of the reasons why Ireland has been struggling so much, is that the show is so bad. I love the presenter though. Patrick Kilty's been really, really great in the last 2 years. Which means finally let's go to the ultimate trophy. What is the best national final overall of 2025? So the rules for this is just everything. This is songs, this is production, this is just everything all together. What was your favorite format? The works. You're going to be able to guess who came first. But let's go through the other positions. First of all, let's go through your votes. In 5th place with 639 points was Vidbeer, Ukraine. Really nice to see this. Incredible that they can put on a show during wartime. So wonderful. And again, what a contrast to Ireland, who we aren't in war, and Ukraine's show looks 10 times better than ours. Just no excuses. In 4th place with 649 points is Supernova from Latvia. One of the best national finals this year. I really hope that they can continue to grow with this, because I feel like Latvia's going into their golden period now. Sudden Lights into Dawns into Tautu Metas. What an incredible trio. Let's keep going with that. Can Latvia get back into the top 10 in Eurovision for the first time since Aminata? 3rd place, Poland. So excited for Poland. If they can keep this up, they also can be in their golden era as well. And we could get that first Polish win. It's insane that Poland have never won Eurovision before, considering the amount of people, the amount of resources, the music scene they have. They should have won. I think the problem's been TVP. We've got a new TVP now. Hopefully they can go into their golden period, raise the prestige of the national final, and we're going to have that first Eurovision in Poland really soon. 2nd place with 1,152 points, Sweden, Melfest. Amazing show, super high quality, so well produced, so well put together. Not a huge amount of diversity. I just don't think that's what the Swedish public wants. They want their big pop festival, huge staple of their cultural year, and a lot of people really love Melfest. 1st place with 1,612 points. We're not going to build up the suspense. We know it's Jumke. Jumke is the benchmark for national finals. It's got an incredible format, incredible song quality, incredible production. It won every single category. For you, not for me, I had one. But Spain first for one of them. Finland won this national final season. Incredible. So excited for next year. It is one of the highlights of my year. Let's go to my top 5 best national finals of the season. My 5th place is Ireland. So production is absolutely dismal. I hate that it's on the Late Late Show. But Patrick Kilty is a great host. I love the song quality this year. I thought it was really, really good. Great diversity. Very exciting. I'm just sad that they couldn't work with those artists to give them greater creative packages so everyone could have excelled. Instead, it's just like some of them just flopped because they didn't know how to do a stage show, which is kind of not what they're meant to be able to do. So that's kind of disappointing that there's no assistance from RT to these young developing artists. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. It was still exciting, very nail biting right until the end. So I really enjoyed Eurosong this year. My 4th place is Spain, Benidorm Fest. So easy to watch. Love the graphics. This one, I didn't love the songs this year. I had a couple that I did download, but it's just so exciting. So wonderful to watch, so entertaining, nail biting right until the end. Really, really, really wonderful. 3rd place, Poland. Wonderful. Hope that they can grow from this. Interesting songs, more diversity, very well produced show. Please win Eurovision soon, Poland. Be so good to have an Eastern European winner. 2nd, Latvia. Just incredible songs this year. So much diversity, so many downloads. Cannot wait for Supernova next year. And that means that my overall national final, sorry to be a basic bitch, but I also think it's UK. I just think it's just this is such a key part of my Eurovision season. I love the songs. I love the format. I love the songs being released every single day, like a little Christmas present advent calendar that we get to open up a new song. Great diversity. I love hearing the Finnish language. I like that they've got this special 25-75% format that fits them. Wonderful. So the benchmark for everything, every time I'm ranting about how bad Ireland's national final is, I use UK as the example of what a national final should be, especially since Finland has a similar population size to us. It's not the biggest country in Europe. It's not the richest, but they've just got this incredible show that they've built up through years of work. so good. Everyone who goes into this national final is in the top 10 of the Spotify charts because it's just got so much hype now. Absolute benchmark for everyone. Let's go through the bottom 5. Your 22nd place with 70 points was Serbia, PZE. Your 23rd with 69 points was Germany, Shevsaka. Your 24th place with 60 points was Emma in Slovenia. Your 25th place with 38 points, more than the 6 it got before, was Denmark, DMGP. And the national final that got the least amount of points for you, and then therefore you could say theoretically is the worst overall national final season, Depri Everett with only 16 points. I think it could be good. I think they just need to be more organized, get their stuff together next year, and it could be really good. Let's get through my 5 worst ones. I agree. 22nd place, I put Armenia. Bad sound mixing, total chaos in how the song was released. 23rd place, Slovenia. Hate the format. Bring the songs out earlier. 24th place, Shevsaka. Pulling the show out of your butt. No. Come up with a format before. Let people vote on the songs earlier. 25th place, Denmark. Just no variety, no diversity. We get one point of view from one music scene. I hate it. They need to tap into the other music scenes in the country, which means that my 26th place, sorry, I just cannot watch. It is unwatchable for me. I can watch the MGP. I cannot watch San Marino's national final. It is so boring to me. Okay, let's very quickly go through the 4 countries that didn't, because I have all of my magnets I talked about here. And these 4 countries, nobody put them on any list. Malta, she thought it was pretty good this year. Song quality is good. Again, just too much dilution because there's too many songs. But I thought that they hosted a pretty good national final. So I'm not sure where, this didn't make the top 5 or bottom 5 of anything. Also, Luxembourg Song Contest, I thought was better this year as well. And I thought a really great winner. I'm not sure why Belgium got so much love, but this didn't, because they basically had the same format. Something clicked more. Luxembourg being right in the middle. Estonia, Estilal. I don't like this thing where they have like one semi-final. That's another thing I didn't like about the format of Latvia, by the way, is when you have a semi-final and then the final is just a smaller version of the semi-final. I like it that when the semi-finals are different songs and then they get mixed together for the first time in the final. So that was a thing against Latvia. Estilal has the same format. They've had budget cuts. I hope they can get money back to do proper. They've got all this weird stuff as well with jury songs going through and it's messy. Just go back to old SDI with 10 songs. The best 10 or 12 are in the final. And finally, Dora from Croatia also was not bottom 5 or bottom 5. I thought the song quality was pretty good, but there was no standout songs, which was a bit of a problem for them. But the show was really well put together. I'm looking forward to Dora next year. Okay, that was your top 5 and bottom 5 of the national finals of the 2025 season. What do you think? Leave me a comment section down below. Thank you to those who've been supporting me on PayPal and buying me coffee. If you want to support the channel, I'll leave a QR code over here and a link in the description. And of course, thank you to all my wonderful patrons for patronizing me from all around the world. On my Patreon, you get so much stuff. Go check it out if you're a fan. But of course, thank you so much just for being here. See you in another Eurovision analysis video very, very soon. Goodbye.